Signs of progress emerge in negotiations between Israel and Hamas to reach a new ceasefire deal in Gaza. President Trump says that he'll speak to the Russian and Ukrainian presidents on Monday as efforts continue to reach a truce. Here in the United States, at least 26 people have died, with dozens more injured after tornadoes tore through parts of Kentucky and Missouri. And Austria has won this year's Eurovision Song Contest.
One person is dead, 4 injured in a bomb attack at a fertility clinic in Palm Springs at what the FBI is calling an intentional act of terrorism.
Terrorism came knocking on the door of Palm Springs. We survived.
And as the Trump administration takes steps to remove transgender troops from the U.S. military, we'll speak to a commander leading a lawsuit against that ban.
Police investigating the suspected arson attacks in North London on 2 properties and a car linked to Sir Keir Starmer have made a second arrest. The 26-year-old was held at Luton Airport. A 21-year-old Ukrainian man had already been remanded in custody yesterday. Police in Finland say that 5 people have been killed after 2 helicopters collided in midair. These are pictures from near the scene at the Jura airport. The aircrafts reportedly took off together from the Estonian capital, Tallinn. They were on their way to an aviation event in Finland. Well, Finnish and Estonian officials say that they're working together on the investigation, as well as to confirm the identities of those on board. US Vice President J.D. Vance has arrived in Rome to lead the US delegation attending Pope Leo XIV's inaugural Mass on Sunday. He'll be joined by the US Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Other world leaders are expected to attend that Mass. They include the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, the Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, and the German Chancellor Friedrich Merz. Well, 7 men remain on the run after 10 inmates, some of who have been charged with murder, escaped from a prison in New Orleans in what authorities say may have been an inside job. The jailbreak was captured on prison security video. It's thought that they broke out through a wall behind a toilet on which they wrote the words, "Too easy."
Israel launches a new ground offensive in Gaza. It comes after a heavy bombardment of the territory, which kills more than 130, including people sheltering in tents. Pope Leo XIV greets worshippers in St. Peter's Square as tens of thousands gather for his inauguration Mass. A sailing ship collides with the Brooklyn Bridge in New York. 2 crew members were killed. Another 2 are critically injured. And also on tonight's programme.
The government are just being absolute losers.
Elton John tells the BBC he's ready to fight ministers in court if they allow AI companies to use his and other artists' work without paying.